Hi there, my name is Steve Gearhart, and this is the Unagi Observer. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching today's video. Today is an unexpected review of a TV show, Japanese TV show, live action, called Smoking. Have you ever been in that position where you're tired but you can't sleep, so you decide to go watch TV, and you're scrolling through your streaming channels and you can't find anything, and you wind up on Netflix, which sometimes can be like you spend hours just looking at things? Well, that happened to me the other night, and finally I just said, you know what, okay, the next one that I see that looks mildly interesting, I'm going to hit on it, click play, and see what happens. So I clicked on Smoking. And I thought, because I knew nothing about it, I didn't read the little descriptor that Netflix puts up for you, I just press play and just started watching. Because of the name of the title, Smoking, I thought it was about maybe tobaccos in Japan, or something of that nature, maybe a drama. And then I was completely and totally wrong, and it's about assassins. The only reason why they talk about smoking is because one of the lead characters, Uncle Sabe, likes to smoke cigars, and that's really the only connection. That, and it's a term for killing people smoking. So what is this show about? So it's a small group of assassins. Like I said, you have the ringleader, who's Uncle Sabe. You have, let's see here, a young man named Hifumin, who, because of a very traumatic experience, is mute, rendered mute. There is Hacho, who is a kind of a sophisticated guy. He when the occasion warrants it, he wears suits, and he's, slicks his hair back, and he looks very presentable, and he was a former drug dealer and arms dealer, so he has connections that way. Then you have another guy named Goro, or Gorilla, who's just this impossibly tall Japanese dude, and he is was a former MMA fighter and enforcer for the Yakuza. So this group gets together, and what they do is they kill Yakuza. Actually, they have a greater purpose, and that greater purpose is that they only kill people who have wronged or are not good people towards people who trust them. So, like, if you are a Yakuza boss and you shortchange your guys and you take all their money that they earn for themselves, and you take it for yourself, then this crew is going to come after you and kill you. Now, because they're Yakuza and because they have to have proof of death, what Uncle Sabe does is they kind of take the guy. They actually don't murder the guy outright. They usually take the guy, drug him, and take him to this trailer where it's very much like Dexter. There's a table, there's surgical implements, and the guy is zip-tied down on his front, so his back is up. And what they're doing is they're cutting out the tattoo from the back of the Yakuza guy. That's right, they're flaying this guy alive. Usually they have the people under anesthetic, and then they take the tattoo off and they kill the guy, usually slit the throat. Now they take the tattoo as proof of death, and they put it in this huge jar of formaldehyde, and they take it with them when they get paid so they can prove that they killed this guy. So the actual series opens up with a Yakuza boss kind of going like this, looking at a big jar of formaldehyde, and it's some tattooed skin on it. This is gross. Anyway, so that's kind of what you are getting into. Now, obviously, there's an overarching story arc, which has to do with Uncle Sabe and why he stopped being an underground doctor for the Yakuza. There's the backstory there. And of course, each of the characters in the crew have their own little backstory as to why they're there. Now, one of the interesting twists in this series is that to kind of hide, or to be in disguise so people can't track them down for like revenge, or the police can't track them down, they pretend to be homeless. So they have this like little homeless area set up, and they look and act like homeless vagrants, and until they get a job, at which point it's like a transformation. Uncle Sabe looks, instead of looking like some old dude brushing his teeth at a water fountain, suddenly looks like a proper doctor. Again, his hair is combed back, he's got glasses on, and he looks very proper. Like Hacho, he dresses up and his hair's a mess, his face is a mess, and he wears shabby clothes, but when he's on the job, he's got a suit on, and he looks pretty sharp. And Ogoro, the big guy, he kind of has this weird uniform where it's just like this shirt with a whole bunch of, I'm looking at the picture, with kana symbols on it, and I'm not sure what they mean, but clearly it means something. I don't read or write Japanese. And of course, Hifumin, you don't really know that much. Kind of his gig is that he helps drug the people so you can get them back to the trailer to cut the tattoo off. So, obviously there's a story, a story plot. It's very loosely based. It's almost like Cowboy Bebop in that there's a big story there, but it's all these little stories that add to it, and by the end, you get the payoff. Okay. Now, this is a real easy show to watch in terms that it moves very quickly. There's only 12 episodes, and each episode is only like 23, 24 minutes. So it moves at a very quick pace, and it's very easy. So if you want something just to watch very, very quickly, to fill a gap of time, and you want to binge, like you have a weekend, it's no more than 6 hours, all told. There has been talk about doing a season 2, but it hasn't materialized yet. Again, this came out in 2018. In terms of gore factor, what I described is pretty disgusting. But you don't actually see that much gore. A lot of it's implied, like you'll see like people wearing a bloody apron, or somebody's foot splattered with blood, but you don't see the rest of the body. Things like that. It doesn't really get that gory, except for a couple times when they're in the trailer and they're, yeah. So in terms of the gore, it's not really that bad, but it is hyper violent. For those of you who might know the following film, Ichi the Killer, if you are aware of that film, it's in that vein. So there's a lot of just like weird stuff going on. And remember, our heroes are really not heroes, they're anti-heroes, they're killers, and they're all working within the Yakuza framework. For the most part. There's a couple times where they kind of do jobs outside of the Yakuza, but for the most part, they're not nice people. They become more rounded out characters as you learn more about them and why they're there, but still, in the end, they're killing people and flaying them and taking their tattoos, putting it in a formaldehyde jar, and saying, here's the dead guy's tattoo, pay me. Okay, so that's basically what this series is all about. Should you watch this? Well, again, this kind of depends on what you like. If you don't mind hyper violence that some Japanese movies and TV series can get at, like Ichi the Killer, or some movies like that, if you don't mind that, then this is actually good for you. If you're looking for something interesting to watch because you're in between shows or something and you just want something mindless to watch, it's not bad. Production values for this are surprisingly good. It's like I said, the gore content is not that bad, and it's still not something I would show a 13-year-old. But it's okay. It's not bad. It's no Midnight Diner, but or Samurai Gourmet, but it's if you want crime and you want a little, if you like Dexter, here you go. If you like Dexter, you'll probably like this. Okay, so there's that. So that's my kind of quasi review of a show I stumbled upon at 4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. So I apologize that we did not have a weekly dig this past week. Unfortunately, we needed to recharge our batteries, and sometimes that happens. But next week, we will have the weekly dig. So at 8 p.m. on Saturday, we're going to start off with the three of us talking about Metropolis, the anime movie Metropolis, which is amazing. So please stop on by at Geek Archaeology. I'll put the link down below at 8 p.m. Now at 9 p.m., same channel, same night, We do the regular weekly dig where we go through the news and we talk about it and give our 2 cents. So if you want to watch that, please stop on by. We would love to have you. We got the chat screen up, so if you got questions or you got comments or you want to throw your own 2 cents in, please do. Actually, same thing for the Metropolis review. If you happen to have information or something in the chat, you want to throw something into the chat, awesome. So please stop on by every Saturday, 8 p.m. for the anime review and 9 p.m. for the actual weekly dig. As always, I'm going to have music on the Spotify account, Steve Unagi. So if you want to follow me there, you can do that. Steve Unagi is the name. I have a whole bunch of different Unagi radio playlists. So I have a new one up this week, but please check out the old ones too. They're pretty fun too. And as always, on the AMV side tubes, I will have a mix of cool AMVs for you guys to watch and listen to. So that's about it for this week. Again, my name is Steve Gerhardt. This is the Unagi Observer. It is COVID-19 out there, so please social distance, wear your mask, because I want to meet you guys at some point in my life when this is all over. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like what I do, please, and it would please me so greatly if you would subscribe. I would love it to have you as a subscriber. Please subscribe. And if we get to 250 subscribers, you all get free digital sushi. And who doesn't want free digital sushi? Okay, so that's it for this week. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.